All right, good Sunday afternoon, and Yabba Dabba Doo sports fans. We are back. Game 2. Warm-up clock's almost expired between your Steel City Selects 14U girls, again in their traveling blacks with the gold and white trim, and these same Buffalo Regals in their home whites with the red and blue trim. I'm guessing they only brought one uniform with them, because normally in these neutral site games we rotate, but not today. So we will be black and they will be white again. Warm-up clock has expired. We are waiting for them to pick them up, put them away, and we will get this game underway. I will be back with you when they're ready to drop the puck. All right, it looks like we're going to get Stevens out here with King Panetta and Litz and Zivvy on the back end. We got goaltender Eves in the pipes this time. Get the huddle video started. Stripes is checking everybody out, pushing them back here on the backside, and we're getting ready to go, and we're underway. Kinger comes out of there with it, drops it over to Stevens. Stevens, shoulders, whacks. Stevens down. She's back up. Puck low here into the near corner, and they're going to beat and bang behind the net again. Kinger and Litz in there fighting with a couple of Regals. Stevens picks it up, chops it up to the point, can't get it out. They continue to chop at it low in the corner. Stevens this time throws it to the far point, still not out. They shoot from there. Eves has trouble, drops a rebound on the doorstep, and we are 29 seconds in, and it's 1-0 Buffalo on a rebound that bounced off Eves, landed on the doorstep, and there was a girl waiting by the back door to bang that home.
Let's go.
And it's 1-0. So the girls did not play well from behind this morning in the early tilt. So we'll see if they can do any better here this afternoon's game. As Peets takes this face off, draws it back to Dahl. Dahl bounces it up the wall for Clardy. Clardy too far. They continue to beat and bang here center ice. Yenny chips it ahead. Regals now throw it up. Kiesel up ahead to Yenny. Yenny backhand to Peets. Peets up the wall. Throws it in behind. Now it's going to come drift into this near corner where Clardy's going to go do some work. And it's going to come back to the point to Dahl. Dahl around the corner to the far corner. Now Regals. They're going to reverse, take it the other way. 14 minutes to go. And they're going to backhand it right by Kiesel. And that should go all the way down for an icing. So with 13:53. We're going to bring it back here to the far circle, and we'll get a draw in that far circle.
Let's go, 9, turn it up.
As I tighten the huddle phone down a little bit, it is freezing cold here in this rink, so everything needs a little tighten every once in a while. Walkoskis, Mrazek, and Makasenka, they draw it back to Marshall. Marshall shoots, misses near side. Hal's going to chase it down in the near corner. Hal sends it around back for Makasenka. Makasenka tried to put it out front to Walkoskis, didn't get it through. They're battling behind the net now. Walkoskis tries to push it to Makasenka. Can't. Makasenka picks it up. Makasenka out to the far point to Marshall. Marshall skating around one player, coming down the far wall. Mrazek's going to go cover her high while she's in deep. And they're going to battle there. Makasenka, the Regals are going to push it up the wall. Mrazek tried to hold it, couldn't. Now Marshall regroups. Marshall D to D back to Hal. Hal beneath me. Sends it in to Walkoskis, who straddled the blue line. She gets a shot off, blocked by a Regal. Puck loose, and Howe couldn't hold it, and they're going to have to settle back at neutral as the Regals are going to go for a change. Howe surveying, looking, waited a little too long, threw it for Walkoskis, and that's going to be an icing. I thought Nora tipped that, but I guess not. So now we'll come back down the other end, and we're going to get some changes here. I see Klein coming out with Claherty and Sherwood, with Zivkovic and Litz on the back.
Let's go!
Josh implores the girls.
Woo! Let's go!
Face off there, and Zivkovic comes out of there
Here
with
you go,
it.
Pete.
Klein picks it up. She's got Claherty breaking
Let's
with her.
go, Pete.
Klein up the near wall. Klein gets around one, still breaking. Klein still dancing, loses the puck. Still dancing, centers it for Sherwood. Sherwood can't get a stick on it. Now Klein picks it up. Klein chops it in front. Claherty beating, banging, chopping. Can't get it in the net.
They own it.
She's still fighting for it there. Comes up the wall to Zivkovic. Zivkovic back down the wall. Claherty battling. They battle here along the wall near the blue line.
Work,
A little
Pete.
bit blind.
Work, Pete.
It drifts out, and Litz is going to have to pick this up. Litz stops, turns, throws past Sherwood. Sherwood gets a stick on it, over skates. Klein comes over, can't get a stick on the puck. As Stevens back on the ice now, as the Regals come up the near wall, they're going to dump it into that near corner and head off for a
Let's
change.
go.
As Litz picks up the puck, she's looking ahead, sends it over to Stevens. Stevens loses the puck, back to Claherty. I'm sorry, that was Zivkovic. Zivkovic pushed it ahead, and Panetta couldn't handle it, and they turned it back over. Now Klein chops it off over to the near wall here, and they're going to beat it up the wall there, Klein, and she's going to go for a change as Panetta's going to go behind the net and dig it out. Panetta gets boarded. Stevens out front. Stevens with a shot. Goalie knocked that to the far wall. Kiesel comes in. Kiesel throws it on the net, blocked into the near corner, where Panetta's going to chop at it, send it up the wall for Kinger. Doesn't get there. Stevens comes over, pushes it in deeper. King getting bodied back there hard, and the Regals are going to come out of there with it as they throw it ahead. Dahl's going to have to hurry. She does. Picks it up, takes a shoulder, and throws it up ahead to Stevens. Stevens flips it across for Kiesel. Kiesel chips it ahead to Panetta. Panetta puts it into the zone, and the Regals are going to take it behind their own goaltender. King causes that Regal to reverse direction. And now they're going to come up the far wall, where they try to head pass. It gets by Dahl, and Dahl recovers and picks it back up. Dahl turning, circling. Dahl around Stevens, loses it to center ice here, and here they come back the other way. And Kiesel's going to turn and pick it up there. Kiesel up ahead to
Go, Yenny.
Yenny. Yenny to Stevens, it's behind her.
On you, Stevens.
Stevens
Let's
gets there,
go.
chases it. Now she gets boarded, and we'll see what happens here as Stevens is down. No call there. She's hurt. She's hurt. We'll see what happens. As Claherty's brushing the snow off. No call. Oh, they did call it? Oh, okay. They did call it. So Stevens will hit the bench.
Let's go, girls.
Looks like a leg. We'll see what happens here. On the power play here, Howe and Marshall, Claherty, Peets, and Yenny. Peets pushes it forward to Yenny. Yenny throws it through the goal mouth over to the far wall, where the Regals pick it up shorthanded. And they come in on Eves. Eves knocks that to the end wall. Marshall chips that away, Peets. Peets up the far wall. Peets back in the center now. There she comes with a head of steam.
Let's go, now.
Peets loses it at center ice. Claherty. Claherty. Claherty loses the puck. Marshall turns. Marshall throws it in as Claherty's going to go for a change.
Quick, let's go, quick. Let's go.
It's in behind the net. Up the wall. Where Walkoskis is going to cut it off. Walkoskis back to Marshall. Marshall chips it up ahead. Makasenka throws it. Makasenka can't get a stick on it. Marshall at the point. Marshall throws it on net. Bouncing puck, rebound, and Mrazek couldn't get there as Howe has to chase it back to center and regroup with 29 seconds to go in the penalty. Up ahead to Walkoskis. She can't get a stick on it. She keeps it in. Mrazek can't get over there, and here come the Regals back the other way. Back to Howe. Howe throws it up the wall and in. Catches the Regals in a change as Makasenka chops out. Can't hold it. Now it's going to be Mrazek. Mrazek loses it. Walkoskis up the near wall. Walkoskis shoots over the net, far wall. And it comes back to neutral. Where Zivkovic's going to pick it up behind the net in the corner, throw it up the wall, Walkoskis. Zivkovic knocks a player down. They're battling below me, you can't see it.
Get in there.
Mrazek and Walkoskis. Now Zivkovic comes out of there. Zivkovic throws it across the Litz. Litz catches him in a change. Up the wall, tries to drop it off, can't. As she loses control of the puck, they send it ahead. And Makasenka tipped it. Zivkovic golfs it over to the far wall, but they pick it up, get a shot, miss to the far side into the near corner, where they're going to beat and bang now, and they chip it up ahead to Klein. They're definitely bodying it there, and they're going to get an offsides and come back and bring it out of the zone here. So we'll see what happens as
let's go.
They bring the face off here to the near dot. A face off, and Sherwood got held up, couldn't get to the puck. Regals off Sherwood. Stripes in the way, they send it down the line. Dahl across to Kiesel. Kiesel up to Claherty off of her foot. Everybody overskates it, and here come the Regals back the other way. Dahl takes it off of her. Dahl gains the red line. Skates down the near wall. And behind the net now, Claherty covering her high. Dahl still low, still skating with the puck, loses it on the far side. Kiesel has no choice but to retreat. And they poke it out. Now it's going to be Klein picking it up. Klein gains the red line, throws it in, and down it comes. And here comes Stevens back out on the ice, so she must be okay. She overskates that one, Panetta. Panetta chops it ahead to Stevens. They try to trip her. She shoots. Goalie puts that into the far corner. You can see the girl stick out her knee to try to trip Stevens as she went down the wall. That's just pure dirty hockey. I don't care which way you call it. Thankfully, Stevens avoided it. And here we go, back in behind the net. Howe sends it into Stevens. Stevens gets a stick on it, goes over to the far corner. And they try to chip it out, can't. Marshall holds it in momentarily. This time they're going to chip it to the point. Marshall's going to throw it in behind the net where Regals are going to get there first. Kinger knocks it down. Stevens picks it up. Stevens out to Panetta. Panetta missed to the far side. Goes over to the far wall, and now they're fighting. Nope, Panetta holds it. Now they're finally going to knock it back. Oh, it didn't turn into a breakaway. Marshall got there just in time to chip it out of the way, as they're going to hold it at the point. Our girls have been out there a while. They could benefit from a change, as they skated in behind the net now, out to the far point. Regals cycling players, and we got Marshall poking at it behind the net now. Marshall around to Howe. Howe, too far for Stevens. Stevens picks it up center ice. Yenny, over to Yenny. Yenny can't handle it as Stevens goes to the bench. Yenny knocks it into the corner. That was her chance to change, and she didn't get out. And now we've got the Regals with it behind the net. 6 minutes to go. Peets comes over. You know she's going to battle. Zivkovic stands a player up. They're beating and banging. At number 10, she's a feisty one. As the Regals come out the top of the zone with it. Claherty steps into a player. They skate around her. Yenny steps into a player, separates them from the puck. Claherty knocks it back to the point. It's bouncing. Claherty's hustling. Here comes Claherty on a breakaway. Claherty gets around everybody, shoots! Save as Claherty falls down and goes into the wall with her back. She holds the puck, Litz. Litz throws it in. We got Yenny. Yenny turning, trying to get a stick on it. Zivkovic steps up and holds it. As Yenny collided with a Regal, she steps back to get her stick, and the Regal Litz separates that girl from the puck. Zivkovic sends it ahead to Claherty. Claherty loses it at the line. Pete skates over with it. Back and forth now as they come in on Zivkovic. Pete steps back and separates that player from the puck. The intensity of these games is picking up. It's loose in front backhand into the net, and Eves covers that one. You can feel the intensity picking up. 4:52. The intensity of this game has absolutely picked up, you can tell. We'll have to keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't get chippy. We will see as the game goes on. They take it in behind the net. Dahl bangs it around the wall for Makasenka. Makasenka pushes it behind our own net. Kiesel up the wall, not out. They hold it there. They send it into the corner. They're going to beat and bang down there.
Good work, Kiesel.
Mrazek's battling for it. She knocks it out. Makasenka's chasing it. Makasenka holds it, but nobody can come back and help her as it comes out. Dahl has to wait for Makasenka to get out. Dahl, Walkoskis. Walkoskis dumps it into the far corner. They've got to go chase it down. They send it around. Makasenka needs to go. Dahl has to come up and cover the point. Makasenka throws it in deeper. Sherwood's back there. Sherwood picks it up. Sherwood out to Makasenka off the wall. Makasenka loses it into the corner. Couple of Regals there. Walkoskis comes out of there with a Walkoskis centered. Sherwood couldn't get a stick down. Dahl has to retreat. Kiesel back with her. They're going to come up the wall. Dahl's going to separate that player from the puck. Now Kiesel steps into her. Kiesel throws a shoulder.
There we go, 83.
And you got Makasenka trying to clear, or I'm sorry, Walkoskis trying to clear and it didn't go. And now Kiesel banging and beating hard. Dad would be proud. Throwing that shoulder over there, not taking it. And here comes Dahl. Dahl up the wall, finally clears it back.
Go get it, Sherwood. Go get it.
As Sherwood applies some pressure. They come back the other way under heavy pressure from Sherwood, and Klein is going to skate over it, and it's going to come back the other way. They're beating and banging behind us. Klein puts a shoulder in. She throws it into the zone. She can't hold it, though, as Howe picks it up here on the near wall. Now she throws it ahead. Klein can't chip it in. They're battling below me. And here it is, back to Howe.
Quick, let's go.
Howe across to Marshall. Marshall up to Panetta. Panetta dumps it in behind the net. Klein's going to have to go get it. Klein's going to go back there and get it. She's going to beat and bang with a couple of Regals. Panetta should jump in there and help her. She does. She pokes it out. Stevens is going to have to go get it. They chip it up the wall. Back to center, and here come the Regals back the other way. Panetta's chasing her down the wall. Centering pass cut off by Marshall. Marshall's going to take it behind all the way around for Klein. Klein reverses direction. Klein whiffs on it behind the net. Gets it over to Howe. Howe near corner. Howe looking for an up. She's going to take it herself. She puts it across for Marshall. Hit her in the skate, and the puck goes back the other way as Stevens chops it. Stevens tries to knock it down again. Can't. Marshall. Marshall across for Howe. Howe up the wall behind me, or below me. Howe throws it in behind the net. And King's going to go chase it down there. Stevens cuts over. Makasenka cuts over. Makasenka and Kyle work together, separate that player from the puck. She takes it in behind where Marshall bodies her. Marshall steps in front, separates her from the puck. It's getting rough back there. King's going to skate over. They lift King's skate. Regal player falls down. Marshall, it's drifting.
Go get it! Go get it!
It's out. Stevens whacks at it. Stevens gets it ahead to Makasenka. She couldn't handle it. Comes back the other way, King. King puts it for Howe. Howe chips it up the wall for Stevens. Stevens gets turned around. Puck back the other way, Howe. Howe behind the net. And Makasenka dumps it, and Stevens is going to go for a change and let it be an icing. So they'll bring it back down here with 1:02 to go.
Woo! Let's go!
Yenny, Peets, and Claherty out here with Zivkovic and Litz.
Now we're grinding. Let's go!
Down by 1, 1:02 left, first period. Peets. They direct them behind, back to the line. They move the Regals player back. That one picked up by Litz. Litz out to Yenny.
Go, Denny!
Yenny tried to cross-ice pass to hit Claherty, didn't work. Regals dump it the other way.
Nice.
Litz cut that one off. Yenny up ahead to Claherty. She kicks at it. Here she comes up the far wall. She's got room. Claherty danced around the player, forgot the puck. Puck over to the far wall. They chip it by Litz and out. Zivkovic needs to hurry. Player's going to come down the far wall. Zivkovic chips it away. They shoot it up ahead for Claherty. It doesn't get there. And the Regals pick it back up, and here they come the other way. They send it down the near wall. Regals chip it in. She's going to go for a change. Litz is going to pick this one up. We're going for a change, and we're not hurrying. As they send it across for Claherty. She kicks at it and loses it to a Regal. Regained it momentarily. She can't do anything with it. She gets it in behind the net, centers it. Peets can't get a stick on it with 10 to go in the frame. Here come the Regals back the other way. Zivkovic knocked that away, but she knocked it right to a Regal. They come in, they shoot. Eves hits that with the blocker and sends it to the end wall, and that'll do it. One's over. Regals are up 1-0. I'll be back for 2. All right, they're going to come out here for the draw. Walkoskis with Makasenka and Mrazek as they beat and bang on the red line. Mrazek puts a shoulder. Here she comes up the far wall. She chips it in.
Go get it, 9!
As Josh implores her to go get it. She does. She falls down trying to get it. They're in that far corner. They chip it up the wall, and they chip it by Dahl. And it comes all the way back. Kiesel needs to hurry. They wave off the icing as Kiesel's going to battle there. Kiesel tried to chip it ahead, couldn't. They put it into the far corner where Dahl's going to step in and take it. Dahl ahead.
Go get it,
it's going to create an opportunity for Makasenka, but she didn't get there. Now she needs to get out, and she does, and here comes Walkoskis. Walkoskis around 1. She gets held. She gets held, and they're going to call it. They're going to call that one. It's either a hook or a hold. They're going to get her for a hook. As Walkoskis went by, they held her. And we're going to go on the power play here with 14-18 second period. We will get Claherty, Sherwood, and Klein out here with Marshall and Howe to start off this power play opportunity. With 14-18 to go, second period. So we will get a draw here as Klein's going to step in and take it. We'll see what we can do on the power play. You can hear Josh cheering to my left. They draw it over. Regals bring it back. They take it to the far corner where Howe's going to hold. Oh, no, Howe's not going to hold the point. It's going to turn into a break, but thankfully Klein gets back and takes it away. Klein dances up. They're coming back the other way now. Howe whacks at it, and here she comes back the other way. Howe up the far wall. Howe still skating with it. Comes in, shoots. Rebound as Howe gets taken down. He had his hand up, but then he put it back down. That should have been a penalty. He had his hand up, and then he put it down. And Marshall holds it. Marshall sends it across too deep for Howe. I'll tell you, Stripes thought about calling that one, and then he thought better of it. He had his hand up. Marshall turns, throws it to Sherwood. Sherwood over on the wall, throws it in deep.
Let's go to work. Let's go, Malia.
We got Claherty and Klein going to go dig it out of the corner, but they throw it past Klein to the end of the wall there, and now Claherty beats and bangs. Klein throws it around.
3, let's go.
Panetta needs to go over and dig that out. They send it to the point to Howe. Howe sends it in. It's loose in front, and Claherty didn't get a stick on it. Leaves it behind for Panetta. Panetta comes out with it. Panetta stops, turns, leaves it for Claherty. Claherty gets bumped off the puck, back to Panetta. Panetta on the wall, down the wall to Claherty. Claherty looking for a center, can't get it through. Leaves it for Panetta behind the net. Panetta tried to push it through to Kinger, couldn't. Panetta gets dumped. They both go down. Here come the Regals. They chip it by Howe.
Go 2.
Marshall. Marshall will pick this up. Penalty. Power play over. Back to full strength. Marshall. Marshall skating. Marshall still skating. Marshall skates in, gets off a shot, but it's a slow one as it got blocked. And that will result in a face-off down here. So Stevens comes out with Panetta and King. And we got Zivkovic and Litz on the back end. We're going to go to that far circle for a draw with 12:36, second period.
Let's go!
Kinger's going to step in and take this one. She's going to draw it. Regals pushed it, actually. Panetta over to Zivkovic. Zivkovic chipped it back, and now Litz has to hurry. Litz stops, turns, dumps. Regal knocked that down. They throw it in off the side of the net, in behind Eves. Over to Zivkovic. Zivkovic up the wall. Can't get it through to Stevens as they poke it in lower. Litz will pick this up. Up, she overskated. Litz, far corner. Regals come out of there with it. King applies pressure, separates that player from the puck. Here she comes up the far wall. King backhands it up the wall, but it will not get by the point. They throw it in deeper. Now we've got over here on the near wall where Panetta chips it and it goes in behind the net, Zivkovic. Zivkovic picks it up, sends it over. Stevens backhands it up the wall and out. Panetta's going to hurry. Here she comes. Panetta coming up, going to get pushed in behind the net, coming all the way around, looking for a center, can't get it there, still skating with it. Still skating, throws it off the post, goes into the end line here where King's applying some pressure. They throw it in behind the net over to the far corner where Yenny picks it up. Yenny right off the bench, centers it for King. King drops it, tried to drop it for Stevens as she heads to the bench. And Zivkovic holds it at the point this time and throws it in behind the net. As Peets is out here now with Stevens and Yenny. I'm thinking Stevens is the odd player out here that needs to get to a change as Litz sends it, hits a Regal up high. Now here come the Regals as Stevens jumps off to the bench. The Regals are going to throw it down, but it will not be icing. As Zivkovic steps in, the Regals player whacked out when it bounced through the goal mouth over to the far corner, where there's two Regals and Zivkovic battling for it. You know, Peets will step in. They come out with it, still dancing. Let's poke that away. Clardy pursued, but couldn't knock it out. Regals over to the far wall. Regals, drop pass. Came through the goal mouth over to the far wall, or over to the near wall rather, where the Regals pick it up, send it in. You got Peets poking it up the wall, they're battling there. They throw it in behind the net, a Regals player has it. Poked away by Zivkovic, Regals player picks it back up, looking for a center, reverses direction. Reverses direction again, centers it. Eves knocked that one away, now they put it back behind the net again. Throw it over to the far wall. Regals hold it, they send it in front. Tip, tip, tip. Eves holds it as a Regals player falls down behind the net. Mel might have fallen on top of him. So we will get another draw in the far corner. Walkoska's coming out here with Makasenka and Mrazek. Dull and Kiesel. 10:16 to go, second period. We get another draw here in our defensive zone. Walkoska is going to step in and take this one. They draw it up.
That's out.
That was out. And Stripes saw it. And we're going to get a face-off in the dot in front of the Regals bench.
Yeah.
Regals coach doesn't believe it was out. It was out from here. He's standing right on the line and didn't think it was out. Stripes pointed out the fact that the coach's decision doesn't matter. It's his own decision that matters. So Walkoskis draws it back to Kiesel. Kiesel up the wall to Mrazek. Mrazek gets bodied but keeps the puck moving. Here comes Walkoskis with Makasenka in trail. Walkoskis misses near side. Makasenka gets there. Makasenka battling for it. Walkoskis jumps in. Now Mrazek in a battle behind the net. Regals take it behind the net. Mrazek still applying some pressure there. Walkoskis comes in. They all end up going into the wall. Mrazek took the worst of that, lost a glove and a stick. She's up. Here come the Regals up the near wall. Below me. Now they're visible. They dance around Kiesel. She separates that player from the puck. Makasenka turns, bangs it out, but can't hold it. Here comes Mrazek up the near wall. Mrazek gets bodied and falls down, no call. Makasenka. They chip it by Kiesel, and Dahl's going to have to hurry. Dahl's going to get there and go hard around. And they're going to get there and hold. Oh, no, they're not going to hold the puck. Here comes Sherwood. Sherwood. She gets separated from the puck at the blue line. She regains, throws it in front. Goaltender's going to cover that one. And with 9:10 to go, we're going to get another face-off here in our offensive zone. I will get the clock back in sync. Clardy out here with Klein and Sherwood, Marshall and Howe out back for this draw in our offensive zone. Klein's going to step in and take this one. We got a draw coming up here, and Klein pushes it over to Clardy. Clardy. They battle there. Howe and Klein. Regals chip it out. Howe needs to hurry because she was caught in the battle. Sherwood overskated. Here comes Klein back the other way. Claherty gets out of the way. Klein gets a shot off, blocked high to the back wall. Regals chip it up that wall. Howe chips it in deeper. This time the Regals pick it up. Claherty stopped it, but now they're going to come out with it. Klein hurrying up to apply some pressure. Gets a shoulder into her and stops her as they chip it in deeper. In behind the net where the Regals pick it up as Howe applies some pressure. They send it in on Eves. Eves covers it up and Klein knocks somebody down in front of the net. Here comes Stevens with King and Panetta. And we've got Zivkovic and Litz coming on the back end, it looks like.
Good work, 3-5. Let's go.
We're going to get a draw here as King sends it over to Stevens. Stevens couldn't get it out, though. Shot from there, dribbling puck to the end line. Regals pick it up back there. Litz applies some pressure. She could have got called there, nothing. And that one's going to bounce out past everybody, and there should be no icing on that, but they're going to call it anyway. Thought it got tipped. And the Regals coach, ironically, is not happy about the contact, which, given the way they've played, is interesting at best. So Kinger's going to step in and take another one here with 8:11 to go. Pushes it over towards Zivkovic. Regals chip it by her. They're going to take it in behind the net, around the back. King's going to battle there. And they're going to send it out to the top of the circle where Panetta's going to apply some pressure. That came out. Stripes didn't see it and throw it in deeper. Looked like that was out to me. As they battle in the corner, Litz and King do. They send it up the wall. Nobody can get a stick on it. They throw it in front. Litz blocked that one, and here they come. Here comes Panetta. Panetta up the wall. Panetta up the wall with some loose tape on the toe. She bangs it off the wall. It goes in deeper, and she didn't follow it, which is disappointing, as that one's going to get out, and it's going to turn into a break here, unless Litz and Zivkovic really hurry, and they do. They block the centering pass. Puck loose. Eves tackles her. As that number 10's a rough one, and she went on top of Eves, and others were standing there to protect Eves. Eves lost some of her equipment, and you know our girls aren't going to let them beat up on Eves. As Peets comes out here with, looks like Yenny and Claherty now, with Kiesel and Dahl out back. We're going to come here to the near circle for this draw with 7:16 second period. Peets leaves it for Yenny.
Go, Yenny!
Yenny with Dahl, puts it over to Dahl. Dahl up the far side. Dahl gets boarded. Loose in front. Peets couldn't get a stick on it, and here they come back the other way. They tip it ahead, Kiesel. Kiesel's going to chip it up to Yenny. Nice pass. Yenny holds it, throws it in deeper, but throws in front of Peets, and Peets can't get over there. As Claherty cut her off, now Dahl. Dahl to Peets. Peets stops, turns, can't keep it. As Claherty puts a whack on somebody. Nice up pass there. They dance around Kiesel, but it's going to get in too deep. And they throw it off the back of the net. Now they center it. Puck loose. Peets knocked it out of there. They're beating and banging. And we're going to get a whistle here. We'll see. Puck wasn't covered, but we're getting a whistle anyway. As Peets was beating and banging, you know that's going to happen. You're not going to put a shot on Mel and not get a return.
I think they knocked the net off.
Oh, you think the net came off? You think that's what it was? Josh thinks the net was off. I didn't see it. So we got a stoppage with 6:37. I'm a couple seconds ahead. We'll get it back in line here on this draw as Walkoskis is going to step in and take it. It's going to drop in, and Marshall's going to battle along the wall. Send it up. Can't get it out. Now Walkoskis won't get it out. Clock's back in sync. Walkoskis up the near wall. She gets absolutely bodied into the wall, no call. And they go over to the far side. And the favor got returned, and that's what we call the Gino penalty. We call that the Gino penalty. Nora got bodied on this side, and she
about that life.
quote unquote returned the favor on the other side, and she's going to go to the box, and the coach is out of the box, off the bench rather. So Walkoskis is going to go sit in the bin. We're going to have Marshall and Howe on the back end with, looks like Stevens and Yenny coming out here to try to kill this one. Let's see what we can do here. 6:16, second period. Stevens will step in and take this draw. Stripes checking everybody. Stevens puts it over towards Howe. They've beaten and whacking at it. Yenny gets it back to neutral at least as they regroup and send it over to the far wall. They send it in deep. Howe's going to have to go dig it out. Marshall will get there first. Marshall around back. Marshall up the wall weakly. Doesn't even get to Yenny. They hold the point. They're coming across. Stevens gets a stick in there. Got to be careful of that. Sticking again, and now they have it in behind the net. Marshall holds that player up. She comes out of there with the puck though. She comes in front, shoots. That gets cleared away by Marshall in behind the net. Marshall beating and banging back there, still with the puck. Throws it over to the wall. Yenny needs to get there and get this puck out. She's going to skate it now. She'll get to the red line and dump it. She does.
Good work, Yenny.
She dumps it in deep, and there's 44 seconds to go in the penalty. As Yenny gets taken down behind the ice, or behind the net. Now they've got they're battling there in the corner. Stevens has a chance to cut it off. She throws it, but misses to the far side. Marshall chops it in deeper. And they're going to keep it there with 24 seconds to go. They probably should have changed there, at least a couple of players. They didn't. Now Marshall and Howe work together to get the puck off of that girl with 14 seconds to go. And they're going to keep it along the wall here as Claherty's going to skate it out. Stevens is dead. She needs to get off, and she's not going to. As they bring it back below me, and now they chip it in past Claherty. Claherty's going to not chase it up behind the net. Peets is over there in the corner. Stevens applies some pressure. Now Peets does. Peets puts a body in front, throws it in front of the net. Goaltender's going to stop that one. They've killed the penalty. There's 4:32 to go. Second period, we'll get a change. Panetta, Claherty, and Peets out here with Litz and Zivkovic with 4:32 to go. So we'll see what we can get done here. As Peets steps in to take this draw. Peets draws it back, but the Regals get the loose puck as Coach Michael catches that one on the bench.
Nice hands, Coach Mike. And we glove it.
So we got Peets taking another one here, draws it back to a spot where nobody could pick it up as Litz sends it over to the wall. It comes in and Panetta can't pick it up. Here comes back the other way. Drops it. Regals in the near wall here. They center it, doesn't get all the way through as Claherty stops that one. Now they're battling behind there. You know, Litz and that player are going to battle. Player loses her stick. She picks it back up, picks up the puck in the far corner. Litz steps into her again. Claherty battling. Claherty can't come out of there with the puck. A couple of Regals. They send it in deeper. Now Peets is going to go get it. Peets will send it around. Panetta has to pick it up and chip it out. She does. Looked like that could have been interference, but nothing. As that puck dies in the zone, Claherty can't hold. Peets steps into somebody, gets the worst of that collision, and here they come the other way. Puck goes in. They caught Claherty changing. Should have been an offsides. Ref didn't see it. As Panetta goes down into the boards. Panetta had puck below her. Now it's in front of her. She doesn't see it. Still beating and banging back there. Peets Panetta. Panetta to King. King got a tip on it, but the goalie was in perfect position. And Zivkovic needs to hurry. She chips it by her. That's going to let the team catch up as they chip it ahead, and now the Regals will chip it again. King holds it. Here comes Sherwood. Sherwood up the far side. Sherwood rips it, misses far side into the near corner where they're going to skate it out. Regals will. They chip it ahead. This time it's held back to Litz. Litz throws it up ahead to Sherwood. Sherwood can't handle it. Klein overskates. King can't hold it, and here comes Dull, waiting for the zone to clear. Dull gets it clear. P. Klein holds it up there. Can't. They're going to beat and bang in front of the boards. You know Klein's no stranger to the beating and banging. King knocks it down. Litz can't hold it. and it's going to be Sherwood. Sherwood gets banged off the puck. They both fall down. Litz throws it in. Regals have it behind the net. Lots of beating and banging in this game.
Work, Pete.
Klein back there. She knocks the puck down. She takes it away. Klein comes around off the side of the net. King. They throw it up the wall. Kiesel's there. Kiesel sends it. The Regals player knocks that to the near corner with a skate. You know they're going to go battle there, Sherwood. Up the wall. I can't see it. They're still battling. Klein's involved. Kiesel steps up. Kiesel throws it back behind the net.
Get it, Sherwood.
They send it around. Klein can't get a stick on it. This time they stop it. I can't see it. They're beating in the corner. It's buried in the skates. Kiesel. Kiesel throws it back behind again. It's loose in front. King comes in and chops at it. And we get a whistle with 1:43. Wholesale change. Here comes Mrazek with Walkoskis and Makasenka. As Kylie comes over the wall. Kiesel and Dahl. We're coming here to the near circle for this draw. Walkoskis is going to take it here with 1:43 to go. We'll get the draw here in the near circle. Draws it back to Kiesel. Kiesel sends it into that far corner, but it doesn't get there as the Regals cut it off. Here they come up the far wall. Kiesel's the only one back. They get a cross ice pass. Dahl knocks that player off the puck, and we're going to get a stoppage. As they're letting them play. They're jawing. That's Walkoskis. You know Walkoskis is going to jaw. 97 and Walkoskis jawing. She's still jawing at her. You know Nora's not backing down from that. Got to watch out for the Gino penalty here. 97 and Walkoskis are jawing here. We'll see what happens. As they draw it into the center. Walkoskis puts a shoulder into another player, puck loose. Here it comes up the wall.
That's a good up, 12. Go,
now it's
9.
Mrazek.
Go, 9, you got it.
Loses the puck, sends it over for Kiesel.
Go, G.
Kiesel up the near wall, sends it in front, can't get it through. Walkoskis chips at it, holds it lower. And there's 97 hitting on Walkoskis. Walkoskis skating again. Still battling in the corner with it. Walkoskis has an arm over her head. Kiesel sends it from the point, rebound. Mrazek couldn't get a stick on it. As this puck comes through center ice, Kiesel sends it back the other way momentarily. They chip it by Dahl into the near corner, far corner rather. 42 to go. Kiesel rides her into the corner, knocks her down, no call. That puck's under that girl. They're still beating and banging and whacking. It's underneath her, they don't care. They're still digging. Walkoskis up the wall. Makasenka can't get it. They knock it in deeper. Walkoskis sends it hard around where the Regals can't touch it or it's going to be too many. And here it comes. 17 seconds to go.
You got it!
Makasenka comes out of there with it. Makasenka tried to put it through to Clardy. Couldn't get it through. And here they come, the Regals back the other way. They're going to gain the red line and dump it as Eves puts that to the end line, and that's going to do it. We played 2. And it's still 1-0 Regals. I'll be back for 3. All right, Pete's, Yenny, and Clardy come out for the third period here with
I like the way you work,
Marshall
Danny.
and
Keep
Howe
it up.
back. Get the clock started, and here comes Clardy up the wall. Clardy beating and banging, losing the puck. Pete's digs in there. And then here come the Regals back the other way.
Hit her two.
Marshall needs to get over there.
Yeah, two.
She's around
Stay with her,
Marshall.
two.
They push her into the corner where Yenny tries to skip it ahead, can't. Now we've got Marshall pushing and banging down there. Now Yenny comes out of there with it. Yenny throws it, and it will drift, but not out. Shot from there, missed near side. Pete's banging in the corner. They send it around. I thought I heard a whistle too. In behind the net, over to the other side where the Regals are going to pick it up, take it to the far point. They're going to throw it in from there. Bouncing puck high, goes to the end wall. Marshall loses it. Pete's picks it up behind the net. Pete's hard around. Regals hold the point in front of the selects bench. They chip it in lower. They throw it in front, can't get it there. Puck still loose in front. Regals player falls down loose in front. Somebody got it out of there. Didn't see who, as the Regals send it to the far point. Now they send it down the far wall. They throw it behind the net. Give and go center back. Shot never gets through. Around to the backside. Loose in front.
Nice.
Yenny doesn't get to the empty puck. Regals still have it.
Work it out. Let's go.
As Marshall can't get there. Now they have it in the near corner. They throw it in behind them. All the way around.
Let's
Yenny
go.
needs to get there and get this thing out. She does. She ices it. And that'll at least get the heat out. But could have skated that one, I thought, and then dumped it and went for the change. But they chose otherwise. So we're going to come back down here for the face-off. We've lost most of our live streaming audience. I think they're not enthused with the level of our play. We only have 8 watchers. We had 20-some this morning. As King steps in for this one. Not yet. Not till 3:30. Kinger's going to step in and take this draw. She leaves it. Panetta.
Go three.
Panetta gets
Go
there.
three.
Panetta gets bodied along the wall. Up high. King can't get there. Stevens chops out. Can't do anything with it. And here come the
Hey,
Regals.
winner 6.
Litz rides her into the wall, or rides her into the center, and they're continuing to battle. Now Zivkovic takes a shot. Regals dance in front, around the back. They try the old wraparound as Litz knocks that away. That
Go
puck's
get it,
loose.
77. Go get it,
Here
Stevens.
comes
Let's go.
Stevens trying to put pressure on her.
There we go.
She held it up, which allowed King to pick it up. King in front for Stevens. Stevens couldn't get it. Bouncing puck, and here they come back the other way.
Get it 6.
Where Litz is going to have to go chase it down. Litz picks it up, throws it back out, and the Regals are going to pick it up there. They're going to skate it up and into the zone down the far wall. Around Panetta, loose in front. Eves got a piece of that one and knocked it behind her. Litz bounces it up the wall.
Go
It gets
get
out. Stevens at the end of the shift. She didn't have much left. And here they come up the far wall. Stevens turns again, throws it ahead, too far for Yenny, and she heads to the bench. And that's going to end up being an icing. Not sure how, but with all the opportunities for a tip, I wouldn't have thought that would have been an icing, but Stripes thought differently. So we're going to bring it down here with 12:15 to go. We're going to go to the far corner. Klein with Yenny and
Let's go.
looks like Sherwood going to come on. No, we're going to come to the near corner. Klein with Yenny and Sherwood. We've got looks like Kiesel and Dahl, I would imagine, on the back. We'll see as they take that draw. Comes in front of the ice. It is Kiesel and Dahl, and there's Yenny. Yenny looking up for Sherwood. Sherwood hit her in the shoulder on a tip, and here comes a bouncing puck into the zone down the near wall. In the corner, Dahl sends it hard around, too far up. Yenny does pick it up. Yenny sends it for Sherwood too far, where Sherwood applies some pressure. Puck goes back the other way. Klein picks it up. Klein tries to dance through center with it, and Dahl can't hold it, and here it comes back the other way.
Go get it, G.
Kiesel lost that race, but kept that player
There we
off the
go,
puck,
G.
and now she picks it up, comes back the other way. She turns, circles, sends it over to Dahl. Dahl ahead, too far for everybody, and that'll be an icing with 11:23. So we will come back down here and get another face-off in the far circle. Looks like it's going to be Walkoskis, Mrazek, Makasenko with Howe and Marshall on the back end. Go to the far dot for this draw. 11:23 to go. game moving along at quite a quick pace. As Walkoskis draws it back, centers it across the zone to Makasenka. Makasenka up, out. They regroup, send it in. Down the near wall, Howe. Howe picks it up there. Reverses direction to Makasenka. Makasenka up the wall again. Still can't get it out. This time it does come out. And here it comes back this way. Where Mrazek's going to have to go try to apply some pressure. Walkoskis knocks that down. Mrazek goes down. It's in behind the net now. Cut off by Makasenka. Makasenka takes it in deeper. In behind the net. Centered it for Mrazek. Mrazek couldn't get a stick on it. Over to the far side. Walkoskis backhands, hits Makasenka. Makasenka rips a shot. Doesn't get much on it as it slipped off her blade and ends up in the near corner where they're going to battle for it. You got Makasenka and looks like Walkoskis in there, and Howe. Or no, I'm sorry, Mrazek. All three of them are in there battling with three Regals. It comes back out to Howe. Howe across too far for Marshall. Marshall picks it up down the near wall. She loses it. She stumbles, and that's going to turn into a breakaway. As it's 2-on-1 with Howe.
Nice.
Howe gets a stick in there to stop it. Here comes Walkoskis back the other way.
Good work,
Walkoskis
Chloe.
across for Makasenka. Nice pass. Makasenka gets a shot off, blocked. Now Marshall's going to have to pick that up. No, Claherty. Claherty turns. Claherty jumps into the zone with three Regals on her, loses the puck. Howe skates up. Howe throws it off the wall to Claherty. Claherty dances around one, dances around another, stops, turns, shoots, blocked. Zivkovic shoots, or I'm sorry, Pete shoots, blocked. Marshall shoots, blocked. Marshall picks it up again, dumps it in deeper. 9:33 to go. Peets goes and picks it up there. Peets out to the point to Howe. Howe gets a shot blocked. Howe recovers. Oh, she hit that girl hard into the wall, no call. And that gets covered by the goalie. And the referee is, or the coach from the Regals is furious. He's furious, and he basically said, if they're going to do it, we're going to do it too. Oh, this referee better take care of this coach, because they did it all morning game and they did it all early game. One hit on our side, and he's going to flip out. We'll see what happens here. Stevens behind the net. Stevens beating and banging. Stevens still beating and banging. Stevens gets knocked down. Loose in front to King. King throws it. Goalie gloves it.
Good work, Steve.
And that 97's chipping her mouth. Let's see what happens here. As they whack at it, Zivkovic from the point. Zivkovic over to Litz. Litz down the far wall. Throws it in front, loose in behind. They throw it around the other way. Panetta's beating and banging with the girl back there with the stick. Now comes over to the near wall. And they're called. Now they're going to go. Now they're getting into it over here. They're taking both of them. She can't take her helmet off on the ice. So this game's getting worse, not better.
Hey, lucky I can't escape.
So we'll see here as the action continues with 8:43 to go.
Let's go.
Klein, Zivkovic, Sherwood, Litz, and Claherty come out here. As Klein knocks it lower. They send it around the back end. They chip it. Klein picks it up there, has to wait. Stripes gets in the way, it leads to a breakaway. Thankfully it goes over the net. Stripes got in the way, out of position there. Up to the point where Claherty's getting hooked, no call. Claherty skates with it through the center of the zone, creates an opening, she shoots. Bouncing puck up high in the zone. Zivkovic holds it, throws it in deeper. Klein gonna go beat and bang back there. 8:06 to go. Throw it around behind. Sherwood steps in front of it. Sherwood and Klein back there. Sherwood leaves it for Zivkovic. Zivkovic struggles with it, and they poke it out on her. She goes across to Litz. Litz ahead to Klein. Klein up the far wall, shoots. Goalie knocks that down into the far corner. They chip it by everybody, and here they go. Dahl needs to hurry over there. Dahl with a nice play. Pokes it away. That puck goes over to the far side. And Mrazek jumps on now as they stand that player up at the blue line. Klein loses her stick, picks it back up. In behind the net. Dahl. Shot off the side of the net. Dahl knocks it in behind the net now. Dahl gets knocked down, no call. As Klein knocks that off of her.
Let's go!
In behind the net now. Klein with a shoulder. Litz separates that player from the puck. Claherty chops at it, can't get it away. This time it does come out. Regain back to center. They tip it in. That was offsides. They didn't call it.
Let's go!
And here comes Litz. Litz up for Mrazek, too far. Into the corner. They chip it out. Dahl tries to shoot, loses, gets blocked. Mrazek can't get a stick on it. Goes down low, in behind the net now. Walkoskis got a stick on it, but couldn't stop it, and here comes the other way. As Dahl's going to pick it up. Dahl, cross-ice pass to Kiesel. Kiesel, coming up the wall. Kiesel dumps it. No icing. They leave it. Walkoskis chops it away. Makasenka can't hold it. Walkoskis picks it up again. She tries to center, can't get it there. It's loose in front. Makasenka can't get a stick on it. They cover that up. And the coach is yelling about something, not sure what. All right, they got a bench minor for their coach's behavior, and here we go, in behind the net now. Regals up the wall. Howe stops that one.
Good work, Chloe.
This one goes across to Yenny. Yenny chips it ahead, too far for Peets. Peets picks it up, throws it into the zone, and it's going to go in behind the net now. Yenny throws it on the net, and we get a whistle. So we will get a draw here with 1:02 to go on the power play. Stevens, Kinger, and Panetta come out here now
girls.
with Howe and Marshall on the back end. We got this draw here in our offensive zone on the power play. King draws it into the corner, where King's going to come out of there with it, drops it for Stevens. Stevens shoots, blocked. They chip it up the wall. Josie steps in to help. Kinger comes out of there with it. Kinger centers, can't get it to Panetta. It's loose, they're beating, they're banging. Kinger with the power play goal! Izzy King bangs it home on the power play goal in front of the net. And we've got a tie game.
City, let's go! Let's go, Steel City, let's go!
That draw. Puck ahead, Regals, Regals. Up the far wall. Litz. Behind the net now. They're beating, they're banging in the corner. Clawhardy gets a stick in there. They continue to fight for it over there.
Almost knocked Peyton's helmet off. Yeah, almost knocked the helmet off.
This one drifts out. Oh, that looked out to me. And they throw it in on Eves. She's going to glove it.
We glove it! We glove it! Good work,
So we got, see if we're going to get a change here or not. Doesn't look like it. We're going to stick with Klein, Sherwood, and Clawhardy with Zivkovic and Litz out back. 4:41 to go. We're going to go to the far circle for this draw. As Klein sends it to the point, but not out. They send it in. Klein knocks that down. Klein chips it up the wall. Can't get it by this time. She does. They overskate it. Klein chips it ahead. Here comes Clawhardy. Clawhardy up the far wall. So much snow over there. She digs it out of the snow. She comes through with it. Clawhardy gets taken down going to the net. No call. They have it on the side here as Klein steps in. Here come the Regals back the other way. Litz makes a play. She's going to have to hurry though now as they come down that far wall. Shot. Eves knocked the net off. They don't seem to have seen that. As she pushed, that net came off. Klein beating and banging in behind the net center and comes through everybody out to the far point. Shot from there, blocks, gets into the near corner. Klein getting whacked, bounces it up the wall and out. Clawhardy covered in snow, 3:49 to go. Sherwood steps in front of that player. Clawhardy stops it on the wall, at least momentarily. Back to neutral where Dahl chips at it. Dahl knocks it in. Dahl with room. Not sure what we're calling here.
Interference, I
On them?
think. No, Nora got in between her.
Looks like an interference penalty here, according to Josh. We'll see. We'll see what they call. Oh, he must have already made the call. I missed it. Either way, we're short. Mrazek and Makasenka out here with Kiesel and, oh wait, we're going to change the killers. We're going to get Panetta. He's not going to let it. He's not going to let it happen. He's not going to let it happen. He's not going to let him change. So we're going to have Mrazek and Makasenka out here with Dahl and Kiesel. He won't let you hear. Loose puck. Rebound out front, loose puck. And just like that, they're up 2-1. So we will mute it out and come back. Pete steps in for this draw. Yanni, back to Marshall. Marshall dances, sends it through everybody's legs. Here comes Pete's. Pete's loses it to a Regal. Here they come as they poke it away. Here comes Clawhardy. Clawhardy dancing with it, still dancing with it. Clawhardy centers for Yanni. Yanni can't do anything with it. It's stuck in her feet. Yanni gets pulled down. It's underneath her. They're still poking. They poke it by and Howe. Now here comes Marshall. Marshall regathers, skates through center, loses it, leaves it for Clawhardy. Yanni dumps it down.
Go get it, let's go!
Where Yanni applies some pressure. You know Pete's is going to go dig. Pete's comes out of there with it. Pete's digging behind the net. Tries to center, can't get it through. Clawhardy steps in. Howe has to wait for the zone to clear. Howe turns. Turns again. Sends it up the wall. Beaten below us, and here comes the Regals chip it in. They're going to be offsides. We're going to get a draw here on the dot.
Let's go! Let's go! Woo!
We've got King going to come in here with Stevens and Panetta. 2:28 to go. They chip it ahead. Zivkovic did it, came off King's skate, back the other way, Litz. Litz all the way around, Litz up for Panetta, too far. So it's going to go all the way.
Go get it!
No icing. As the Regals have it in behind. King tips at it, but can't. Nobody can pick it back up. Around Panetta. Zivkovic steps in, Litz steps in. And Litz shoulders her into the wall. Here comes Stevens. Stevens ahead to Panetta. Panetta.
Go 3, let's go!
Panetta needs to go forward. Here she goes. Panetta has Stevens break into the net. Tries to put it through there. There was just too much traffic as King comes over and battles now. Stevens comes out of there with it. She needs to rip it. She does. It's loose in front. Goaltender's going to cover that one. Minute 41. Klein, Walkoskis, Claherty, Dahl, and Kiesel. Peets comes out too as the net's empty. So we're going to get an extra attacker on here with a minute 41 to go. I got too much going on here before the face-off. Stripes puts his foot in there. What he's doing with that foot? Does he look like he was afraid when he dropped that one? Dahl throws it in. We're going to get that one. As Peets is smiling. Peets is jawing now too. She's not going to let that girl do it.
Let's go!
So we got Klein going to step in for another one. You know Mel's not going to back down. And he throws them both out. Now we got Walkoskis coming in. Puck, he throws that puck like he's afraid as they come through the center with it. They whack it at an empty net, knocked down by Kiesel. Kiesel sends it back the other way. Walkoskis throws it in. Lost her stick. Claherty needs to get in there and get it. She does to Peets. Peets around the backside, far corner. Regals pick it up. They flip it at that empty net. Dahl knocked that one down. They're below me. Throw it at that empty net again, and we're going to get an offsides, which is going to make them most likely have to put Eves back in the net, because we're going to come here to the near dot. Stevens, Panetta, Peets.
Let's go!
Out here with Marshall and Howe. They poke it forward.
Go get it, 3!
Except we don't get it as Eves directs that to the corner. Minute 2 to go. Peets
all game.
sends it around. Now the Regals retract.
Here we go.
We got Walkoskis held it in. Panetta rips his shot, doesn't get it in, too much on that one as it gets blocked. Peets tried to center it, couldn't get it out to Stevens. Howe tried to hold, couldn't, and that's going to be offsides.
The whole bench called it.
Well, it was off. I mean, you can't argue there. This Panetta's having an issue with her tape. She can't quite get it off. She's going to play with it messed up. Pete steps in for this draw. She wasn't even set. Stripes dropped it. It's in behind him now. He needs to get out of the way as Stevens chops it ahead. Chops it across rather. Marshall lost it in the snow. Up ahead to Claherty. 23 to go. Howe picks it up. Howe sends it up the wall. She gets pushed to the wall where Peets comes out of there with it. Peets throws it on net. Goaltender covers. And they play to the whistle. Now they're shoving Panetta again. They're chasing after Panetta here. You know, Panetta's telling her she likes her hair. As they continue to jaw Panetta. And they're throwing both of them in now. Too little, too late for this type of stuff. They missed the opportunity to get this game under control 2.5 periods ago. As Stevens is going to head to the bench. So we're going to have Claherty, Klein, Walkoskis, Sherwood, Marshall, and Howe. Klein's going to step in and take this draw. Regals come out of there with it. They send it up the near wall. Player gets bodied over. It's loose in front. They continue. Our girls back out and raise their hands as they continue to get pushed with 4 seconds to go. They want Nora to take the face off. 4.3 to go. Klein beating and banging before they get ready here. As they draw it across, they throw it in front. Puck's loose. Klein beating and banging, and that's going to do it. Klein gets a shot in after the game. Walkoskis and Klein are going to go after him after the game. You know they took a shot on Klein. Oh, and here that girl came off the bench to take a shot at Klein. This is going to get ugly. She came off the bench to take a shot at Klein. And I'm going to stay here with you.